Hello and welcome to End Focus, coming to you this week from whatever region the Pokemon Winds and Waves ends up taking place in. I am your host Hilka. Joining me as always is my co-host Rosalie. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. I'm a bit, I will pre-emphasize, I can't even speak today. I have a little brain fog today because brain fog? No, brain fog. Because I started a new medication, so do bear with me, as you can tell, because I'm mumbling today. But other than that, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Aside from the fact that I stubbed my toe earlier this afternoon, I was doing some cleaning and I slammed it into my laundry hamper, which is quite large, and it was not fun.
Why is there like a science to why stubbing your toes like the worst thing ever? Is this
I
nerve
have to
endings?
assume it's because you you interact with them a lot because they're very important for movement and balance and stuff.
Yeah, it's just so painful. It's like when you hit your funny bone. Ugh.
Yeah. That is the one that I don't understand. Why are there so many nerve endings there?
Science is weird.
But other than that, yeah, I'm doing good. The weather is getting very nice here. I did groceries today without a jacket.
Jealous.
It was great. I highly recommend it.
I think if I did that, I would get pneumonia though. So maybe
Please don't.
Give me what month is it? Give me 4 months and maybe, maybe for that 1 week we get a summer.
But other than that, yeah, things are going great. As you may have noticed, I got into editing YouTube Shorts recently. It is, I think I described it as both less complicated and more annoying than I thought it would be. Although I am very happy with the results, it's just taken some time to actually learn how it works and how to do it. My one major complaint is, as someone who has basically taught himself video editing from scratch, the terminology that gets used for some things is baffling to me. I've been wondering for ages when I'm putting clips together, if there's an automatic way for the clips to just attach to each other after I cut stuff out. And there is. It's called Ripple in my video editing software. And why it's called Ripple, I have no idea. That gives me no information about what it does. But I know it now. Thank God for tutorials and forums.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I miss forums.
Yeah, talking of short form content, I saw a video recently that was about the art of a good forum signature and how there used to be people who that was just their thing, was making beautiful forum signatures. And I'm like, oh, I miss those days.
Have you ever seen the YouTube video of the business card scene from American Psycho?
Yes.
But they made it forum signatures instead. It's so funny.
Oh, it's so good. The ones I made were terrible, but it's people in the early 2000s using obviously it was GIFs, but it was footage from Advent Children, and it was I wonder what they're all doing now. I hope the industry's gone to, it's terrible, but I hope they've got fancy graphic design jobs or something.
I'm about to date myself here, but I was fairly active on the Escapist forums back in the day. God, remember when the Escapist was good? It's been a minute.
I was on Final Fantasy Unlimited, and then I think I got banned because I was a weeb and I kept shipping characters that shouldn't be shipped. You couldn't.
Boy, do I have a website for you. It's called Archive of Our Own. I try not to get too nostalgia pilled, because I do believe, on a very serious note, that nostalgia is one of the enemies of critical thinking. But I do, at the same time, also miss a lot of the aspects of the internet that we don't really have anymore. I know Hilka's about to be hypocritical by saying we here at Game Podular have a Discord server. but I vastly prefer forums to Discord servers.
Yeah, it's like
Just
time to reply, and there wasn't like a pressure to rush.
yeah.
I mean, I don't anyway because I'm really bad at replying to people, but it's like you had more time to put thought into what you were trying to say, and it felt like you were having interesting conversations and not just spamming replies, basically.
Yeah. On the other hand, emote reactions. Big fan. I genuinely love those as a feature of Discord.
Oh, yeah.
There was an afternoon where Sisker and I were like having a conversation, and it is the most like thumbs up emote reacts I think we've ever done. Just like I'd send one and I'd like send them a message and they'd thumbs up and they'd send me one and then I'd thumbs it up again. We were just coordinating something. It's just an indication of, hello, yes, I have read this and I agree with it. Please continue.
Yeah, I would find them fun if it wasn't like a work thing now. I think that's ruined. Because you have like emotes that mean certain things and you have to use them in a work context. And it's like, oh, these used to be cool things on MSN Messenger and now they're not.
Yeah.
Boo.
But let's not get too caught up in thinking about the past. We are instead thinking about the past 2 weeks, I suppose. We are at the beginning of the recording, as you may have noticed, given the amount of time that has passed. But this has the potential to be a long one, given how long our notes document is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should get into it after a brief word from me. I'm just going to keep talking to remind everybody that we have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/GamePodular. If you want to send us some money there, you don't have to, of course, but if you want to, you can. We would appreciate it. You can also do so at our Ko-fi page. That's kofi.com/GamePodular. You can listen to these episodes on our website or on the podcast feed, which I assume most of you are doing right now, or you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/@GamePodular, or youtube.com/@GamePodular streams highlights for stream VODs, stream highlight compilations, YouTube shorts that are even shorter stream highlights, just the one highlight. I think that's all of the things. Right, yes, twitch.tv/GamePodular. That's where we do the streams. I want to mention, I think in the last episode we said that the Pokemon stream was going to be on a date that it didn't end up being. Rosalie was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's looking like now it's going to be on the 15th at 10 a.m. GMT. So tune in for that. It is the Pokemon anniversary stream. We're going to be playing Pokemon Snap. And of course, also on the Saturday before that, at 1 p.m. GMT, there will be more Hollow Knight Randomizer. We are making so much progress. It has been wild to see just like the last 2 streams compared to the 2 before that. We finally found like a thing. We finally found like new areas. We finally found more mobility upgrades. I say we. Again, Seskra's the one doing all the gameplay. I'm just in the commentator seat. But it's been going very well. They have been very fun streams. And now, on to the actual episode. Our first news story, as it usually is new games on the Nintendo Switch Online Classics library. We have Mario's Tennis and Mario Clash on the Virtual Boy. We knew these were coming. They have been announced ahead of time. And Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance.
Ooh.
Have you played Mario vs. Donkey Kong?
I think I did when it was on the 3DS.
Okay.
I think, was it one of the Ambassador program titles? Maybe?
Ooh, that sounds correct to me.
If not, I have at some point. I'm not very good at those games, that series in general. But I'll probably give it like I do all NSO games, give it a little go again.
It's one of the first games I ever played that had that like 3D model that we crushed into a 2D like pixel model art style that kind of started with like Mortal Kombat and Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
And it was very cool to see as like a kid like borrowing this game from a friend or a cousin or whoever it was and be like, oh, I didn't know the Game Boy Advance could do graphics like this. And
Cute.
it was very cool. Hey, remember Nintendo Today?
Yes, sadly.
A thing that every time we bring it up, I bring up the fact that I basically never use it. But Nintendo continues to use it as a news delivery platform, and relevant news that was announced recently was new amiibo, Sword Kirby and Dragoon and Noir DDD and Hydra from Kirby Air Riders, bringing the number of Kirby Air Riders amiibo to 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is impressive given, like, it's clear that they wanted this game to be like a big thing and they're really pushing it with these amiibo. But I mean, I've said my piece about it, how I didn't actually like it all that much, but it also doesn't seem to have left a big impression after its release. You know, I don't see a lot of people talking about it anymore.
No. I feel like a lot of Kirby stuff can be like that, though, where it's got, like, even though Kirby as a franchise is well known and there's lots of merch, but the actual, like, games can be have quite niche but dedicated fan bases. Because I don't know anyone that ever talked about the original one, apart from, like, you know, when it came out at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really. What's weird is that they're announcing all these amiibo, but you still can't pre-order the Resident Evil ones. And there's no pricing information about them, which really annoys me. And those ones, I imagine more people would want right now. But
yeah,
I guess I don't get to control the amiibo-ness.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot here, and I do apologize for that. But you did make me think of something. If you could control the amiibo-ness, to use your phrasing, what is one amiibo that currently does not exist that you would want to make?
Probably more. Well, it depends, right? Because I always feel like they're quite useful for new releases, which they are doing now, which is nice. There are some Animal Crossing characters that didn't get any, which I think should. But right now, probably because they brought, and I know I don't like the game, but because the Final Fantasy VII Remake and now Rebirth is coming, they only have the Smash Brothers 2 variants of Cloud and one of Sephiroth. They could do like a Tifa or an Aerith, would be really cool. Or just like a Moogle or a Chocobo that would give you items in those games, because they're characters that translate very well to toys, because I've got like a million Chocobo and Moogle things. There's just... If you're talking about Mario specific, like more Nintendo-y things, that might take me a while to think up idea. Ooh, Birdo. I don't know if Birdo has an amiibo. I don't think she does. That would be cool.
Let me Google that for you.
Because she's a playable character in Jamboree and in quite a few like of the kind of party style games. There's recent Birdo merch, like figures and stuff by Jack Pacific, but I don't think there's any amiibo. I
cannot find a Birdo amiibo, no.
Yeah. So, and I think she now has a cameo in the upcoming movie, so it would be kind of relevant. I don't know how much there is a want for Birdo merch, but I would buy it.
I was going to, for my pick, I was going to say Rathalos from Monster Hunter, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
What else would I say? But that's actually happening because of Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Yeah, there's loads of Monster Hunter amiibo.
Yeah.
And there was like some exclusives that were like gold versions that were given off at like a special event in Japan or something a while ago. So I'll never get those.
So, yeah. Oh, there was also a Racewing Ratha for Monster Hunter Stories 2. I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, some of them
My
were
God.
Japan only for a while, and I don't know if that's still the case. Because they've gotten a bit better with re-releasing Amiibo, which is nice for me. Because I will have to get those eventually. Mwah.
So yeah, pick these up if you are an Amiibo collector, and don't if you're not, I suppose. Next, oh boy, this story appeared this afternoon, which was awfully kind of Nintendo. It is genuinely, I know we talk about this a lot, but it continues to be true. There are some weeks, there are some like 2-week periods where I'm genuinely just like, what are we going to talk about this week? And some periods, like the past couple of episodes, where it's like, I have to make serious cuts and the news doesn't stop.
Yep.
Like, as an example, did you know that Nintendo sued the US government?
I did, yeah.
And I have chosen not to include it in today's podcast because A, it's still a developing story, and B, there's already so much to talk about, and talking about the implications of that would take forever. So maybe in the future when more stuff happens about it. But right now we have so many more trailers to talk about. Oh my God, there were so many trailers, including a new trailer for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which I forgot was announced. And it's because it was announced in a Nintendo Direct that we did not cover in September of 2025. It happened like 2 days after our recording. And the next recording was in like October because I went to Scotland and so couldn't record, obviously. But yeah, it looks like a cute like puzzle platformy type of Yoshi game. This was introducing some of the creatures in the world and how they interact with the environment in different ways. And also, it gave us a release date of May 21st. Are you going to play it?
It looked cute, but it looked like one of those ones where it definitely has the kind of younger audience in mind, which I know
Yeah, like a Princess Peach Showtime kind of
vibe. That's exactly it. So maybe not. But if it like, comes out and people are like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever, then I'll change my mind, I guess.
Yeah. I am currently kind of feeling that way about, I guess we'll talk about it later, but Pokemon Pokopia. It's like, I don't really have money for it or time for it right now, but everyone who's talking about it is super into it. So
yeah, I'm not going to lie.
I should probably pick it up at some point.
It might be the best Pokemon game ever made. So, yeah, you should buy it.
That's high praise.
Well, it's the highest rated one now. And it's, yeah. I'll leave it at that for now.
Noted. Speaking of Pokemon, there was a Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day, which was March 27th. Oh my God, I knew that off the top of my head. I'm so good. And we have taken the parts of it that we care about, i.e. we took out most of the mobile games, to give you the highlights of the presentation. The first of which is the Game Music Collection. It is a physical audio player that looks like the original Game Boy. It has 45 cartridges, each of them with an song on it from Red and Green that you like put in the cartridge and then it plays the music. And then you take it out and if you want to play a different song, this looks like a fun gimmick. It's like a well-designed like product. It looks like a cool display piece. Nobody is ever going to go traveling with this.
No, it's just a collectible thing for yourself. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get too far into it. I did just recently buy like a digital audio player, and it's because the battery on my iPod Touch is very quickly dying. I mean, it's an iPod Touch. They don't even make them anymore.
No.
That should indicate you how long I've had this thing. I do love having a separate device for music other than my phone. And also this one can do like high resolution audio.
Yeah.
Gonna level with you, it doesn't make as big of a difference as I thought it would, but it does make a difference.
Yeah, you usually also need a high-res headset for the sound to work.
Yeah, which mine can do.
Oh, okay, that's good. Not everybody has them, but yeah, it's like it's not. It's one of those. Not everybody's going to really notice it, and it's like an audiophile thing, basically.
Yeah.
It makes a difference to those that care about it.
And as someone who's been doing a lot of audio editing for the past 3 years, I have increasingly begun to care about it.
Yes, yeah. If you're doing like video production and like audio production and working with like digital audio workstations and stuff, then it's like you should have that basically. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a biggie if you don't.
No. But you bought one of these, right? These game music collections?
I did. I like, as my coworker so nicely puts it, I like a bit of pokey tat. I just thought it was a cool little thing. It's very small, which I didn't appreciate. Like maybe the length of the top tip of my thumb to like bottom of that corner of my hand. But it's really cute. It doesn't. What's interesting is it doesn't. When you put it on, it does the little Nintendo like the boo. Like the little noise when the Nintendo logo comes up. It doesn't work like the cartridges don't technically have the songs on them. It kind of works like if you ever had. There was these Burger King talking Pokemon watches that came out in the early 2000s. And you had little like chips of pictures of Pokemon on them, and you put them in, and it would make the sound. But there was actually prongs inside of it that would play all the sounds without them if you could figure out how to do it. It kind of works like that. So the cartridges are just have shapes in them that are moving the prongs to let the thing know what song to play.
Okay.
But it is a really cute little thing. I just got it because I knew it would sell out, and I knew that it would be snatched up by resellers, and it was because it was like $59.99 here, and it's on eBay for £100, which is
gross.
Yeah, and I like little weird kind of like things like that. It's very cute, but yeah, it's not a thing you would bring out with you, especially because there's like there's a million cartridges it comes with, like. So many of them. But I do appreciate it does play the full song, because I thought it was going to be, remember those like hit clips from like the days of yore? I worried it was going to play like 2 seconds or something, but no, it does play the whole song and it does sound good. It's just annoying because of the way it's set up. They kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit, because they can't now go, here's a Pokemon Yellow carts that you can use with it, and here's like another Game Boy game, because it wouldn't work. Because of how it's set up, which is a bit silly, because that would have been really cool. But yeah, it's just a little thing. It's a bit of a random thing to open a Pokemon Day thing with, and I think people would have preferred like a Game Boy Mini instead, considering there's all those millions of retro-y handheld bits that I talk about sometimes. But I imagine Nintendo doesn't want to do one of them anymore, because people will just hack them. So I understand. But yeah, it's just...
And also the era of like the mini console is kind of over, right?
Yeah.
They were huge for like a year and a half to 2 years, and now nobody really makes them anymore.
Yeah. Other companies make... Well, not mini versions, but they do make like newer versions of older consoles and things still. It's just a shame, because they had like a patent that was discovered for an N64 Mini that never happened. And it just seems like a really sure way to make a lot of money. And it's annoying because it's quite hard to find the NES and SNES Mini, and it's harder to find them in stock. And they're really lovely little devices. I love my SNES Mini, although I did hack it. But so
you are part of the problem.
I am part of the problem. But it's because I wanted to put Sailor Moon games on it, which didn't even come out in this country. So But yeah, I think people preferred that. But I will take a silly I like my weird collectibles and merch, so
Yeah.
I was happy. I like it. I hope they get more in stock because I hate like limited edition collectors stuff. It's silly.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants one, they were exclusive to the Pokemon Center websites. So keep an eye on your region version online.
Speaking of things around the world, it's the Pokemon World Championships
Oh,
coming this year to the Chase Center in San Francisco. The only thing I really want to mention here is I really like, just based on the footage they showed, that not only is it like the culmination of all of the competitive Pokemon things, right? It's trading card game, Pokemon Go, and just Pokemon games, but there's also just a whole, just basically convention around it. So you can go to watch the professional Pokemon players, or you can just go with your kids to be like, oh, there's fun events here. We can go
yeah.
to the pop-up shop and buy some merch. You know, it's an all-inclusive kind of thing, and I really appreciate that as a way of, because not only is it a great way of making money, but it's also a great way of being like, you know, we just came here to go to the pop-up shop, but while we're here, this Pokemon trading card game is actually pretty cool, huh? And hot take, I know, but more people getting into hobbies I like is good, actually.
Yeah.
And one of the competitive games that's being played there is Pokemon Unite, which is getting new characters. Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres are now in the game, and Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr are being added in the future. There is also an Electrode Volleyball Tour coming in a World Tour coming in the future. I don't know what that means because, fun fact, this game is not available in the Netherlands. We were going to stream it for the anniversary, and then we were like doing testing, and I went to the eShop and I was like, why is it not coming up in search results? And so I looked it up, and it is not only not available, but it is also non-functional if you do have it downloaded to comply with local legislation, which is, I assume, the same kind of legislation that means Pokemon TCG Pocket is also not extant here. Do you still play Unite occasionally, if I'm remembering correctly?
Yeah, although I don't know what the volleyball thing means either.
Okay.
Also, I'm kind of like the fact there's like competitive Unite to me is really funny because I don't know, like it feels too. I've never had like a match that's been very heated. It's just been the team knows what they're doing or they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see like a competitive match and see how, I don't know, it's meant to be played, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, MOBAs are one of the two genres that get the most like competitive play nowadays, right? It's MOBAs and fighting games.
Yeah, it's just that out of all of them I've played, Unite is like, I don't want to say it's just, it's easier to win by still, you could not, like, I didn't play it for ages and it still was not difficult. Whereas I've played, I played a bit of the recent Dragon Ball one, and
Yeah.
that felt like heated and that people were like using tactics and stuff. Maybe it's just because a lot of these online games have really dodgy or can have dodgy like matchmaking where they'll put you in easy matches if you haven't played in a while to get you into it and then spending money and all that blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's got a special name, I can't remember. So it could have been that because I know Marvel Rivals sometimes gets people insist it has that too. But yeah, be interesting to see people playing it professionally and how old they are.
That's maybe also part of it with Pokemon Unite, right? Because pretty much all of these MOBAs are free
Yes.
to play, although they do have microtransactions and stuff. But just the fact that it's Pokemon and on Switch probably means that it has a more substantial young player base than most of the other ones.
Yeah, I think that's probably a part of it as well. Will there be kids that just don't know? But then saying that, I've seen videos of kids that are playing Fortnite and I'm like, oh, I wish I was that good. So I don't know.
Speaking of games I'm not allowed to play legally, Pokemon trading card game Pocket is getting the Paldean Wonders themed boosters. I say is getting. It got them right after the presentation. The cards have very nice art. That is all I can say about them because I cannot try them. Secret bonus NSO update. Not at the top of the show. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is coming to the Game Boy Classics library in March.
Yay.
When in March, they didn't say. I guess we'll find out. Next, we have Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. They came out on the 27th, which is cool because I've been wanting like classic Pokemon games on digital storefronts for ages. And I know for a fact they were on the 3DS because I bought like Pokemon Crystal at the time. And probably also on Wii, if I had to guess, because I remember people really like the Wii store. But I think I've said this before on stream. My thoughts on this are €20 is too much for a game this old, but I would prefer to pay for these in a one-time payment than have them tied to an NSO subscription.
Especially because I was in CX on Saturday and I saw a copy of Leaf Green, just the cart, and it was £80.
Gross.
Yeah. Also, I think the Game Boy games weren't on the Wii; they were on the Wii U eShop.
Okay.
So it's it's good to have them again.
Yeah.
Any again.
And I hope we'll get more.
Yes.
Like, the obvious thing is they'll have to find some way of making the DS and 3DS ones not totally hideous because of the dual screen stuff. And that is, I think, sort of the main problem just on a design level.
Yeah.
And also, there's not going to be a main title Pokemon game for a bit. So I feel like I have this theory, right, where they don't release the older ones so that they don't compete with the newer ones.
Yeah.
And that's less of an issue this year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You'll see why in a bit. And it is getting Pokemon Home integration sometime in the future. Again, they didn't say exactly when. It is also going to be sort of a weird Pokemon Home integration where you can only take Pokemon out but not put them in, I believe. Like, take them out of the game into home, but you can't put them from home into the game.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense because, they're not going to put Charge-a-Bug into Pokemon Fire Red for the first time, But yeah, I will probably buy these at some point, even though I do think they are too expensive. There's ever a lull in game releases. Wait, that means I'm never going to buy them.
Yeah, there's a lot of games coming out.
Yeah.
It does, I played like a few hours of Fire Red. It does look amazing on the Switch too, and on my big telly too. I was quite impressed, actually.
That's good.
Yeah. I've only done one gym though. Pokepia is taking up all my free time, so.
Yeah. Our next one is Pokemon Champions. They've announced this in a previous live stream. It's the, hey, do you want to do only the Pokemon battles platform that's coming to both Switch and mobile and is built explicitly for the competitive scene, which is good because, I think I generally like Pokemon games, but if you're the kind of person who's only in it for the competitive side, having to play this like 60 to 80 hour RPG first is kind of a drag.
Yeah.
They revealed that it will have Mega Evolution. It's coming to Switch in April of this year and sometime later in the year to mobile. It will also be played at the World Championships. The next one is a new update for the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. A new Mega Evolution Z form for Garchomp is being added as a mystery gift. I gather that is a thing that was introduced with Mega Dimension, which I still have not played. I know there's a Lucario as well You know how Mewtwo and Charizard have like Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y? And
Yeah.
Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y? This is like Mega Garchomp Z and Mega Lucario Z, which look different and presumably also function slightly differently.
Yeah.
So pick it up if you have the DLC, which again, I don't, but I will at some point, I hope. I'm kind of out of time to play it for a while. Then they went to Pokopia, which has been released since this presentation, and we've talked about it once or twice already on the episode. They showed off a Rotom stereo called DJ Rotom. There's a Greedent called Chef Dente, who does cooking. There's 4-player multiplayer with hide and seek and co-op building. It's already out by now. It's getting very good reviews. I will probably play it at some point, and you've been playing it a lot.
Yeah. Did you play Dragon Quest Builders?
I played a bit of Dragon Quest Builders, yeah.
Okay, it's literally that, but Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. Although I haven't unlocked any of those things because it's like a slow burn. But it's very, very, very cute. The multiplayer is really cool though because it functions like Minecraft, where you get like a shared server and you can edit your island like a version with your friends, even if like you're all not online at the same time. Which is
that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I haven't tried it yet, but my partner has ordered his own Switch 2 just so he can play Pokemon because he can't play mine because I'm playing it. So I will see how it goes. But yes, it's very, it's just wonderful. Honestly, I don't know when I'm going to get back to seeing now because I'm now comparing every Pokemon game to Pokepia. But yeah, you can hear more about that in the next episode.
There's been some talk on Discord on Blue Sky earlier today about how like Pokopia might be the first legit system seller for the Switch 2, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think the first big one was Pokemon Legends ZA.
I was going to say no. I agree because I know at least 5 to 10 people that bought a Switch 2 just for Pokepia. And I know, apart from you, I know 2 other people that bought ZA, and one of them bought it on the Switch 1. So
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like people. I know someone that's a Scottish Pokemon influencer, like gets invited to like events and stuff, and they just bought a Switch 2 for it. So it makes me wonder, maybe they should have released it at Christmas time. And maybe should have done like a kind of cute Ditto Switch 2 for it. But I have a feeling they might not be able to do like cool bundles right now with like the RAM supply crisis going on and stuff.
Yep.
So, but yeah, no, like I've literally seen people specifically buying it just for that. And physical, even though the physical copy is a game key card, so it's not like it's still a digital download technically. They sold out at every major US sold out at Best Buy and stuff for a while as well. It's been a bit crazy. I don't think they appreciated how well it was going to do. So, oopsies.
That's very good to hear.
Yeah.
And I will play it at some point. I did already buy a very expensive game this month, so it won't be for a bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then the final announcement was Pokemon Winds and Waves.
Yay.
Fully, the next generation of Pokemon is coming in 2027, which is good, actually.
Yep.
Like, they have finally come to the conclusion that if we're going to be making games as big as Scarlet and Violet, we just need more time to make them. And so giving them an extra year is going to hopefully mean that it doesn't have any of the frame rate issues that Scarlet and Violet did on Switch 1. And oh boy, it's going to need it, because if nothing else, the water in this game looks insanely good.
Oh yeah.
Kind of it looks, the one complaint I have about it is it looks good by itself, but it doesn't really look the same art style as any of the rest of the game. Like, it looks way more realistic than the rest of the game does.
Oh right, yeah, because the characters are still very kind of like anime and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have gone down like a kind of more slightly cell shaded thing like Breath of the Wild does, I guess. But
Yeah. Or Wind Waker. I'm speaking from recency bias.
yeah.
But yeah, there's been they didn't like make the inspiration, because every region has sort of an inspiration, you know. Paldea was Spain, right?
Yes.
And there's been talk that this one is the Philippines, I think you said.
Yeah, there's like some images where people have like places look a bit identical, but I get it could be a mixture as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think
I talk about it sometimes on this podcast, but just in case it's news to you, I used to live in Southeast Asia, and seeing some of the imagery in this game is making me nostalgic in a way that a lot of other Pokemon games haven't in a very long time.
oh
Just it is giving me memories of very weird times in my life, but mostly good. And I'm super excited for this game. I like the starters.
Oh,
Grout,
yeah.
which is a grass bird with big eyebrows. We have Pombon, the fluffy dog fire type, and Gekwa, the water gecko with eyeliner wings. My tier list for them is Pombon at the top, Grout in the middle, Gekwa on the bottom.
that's exactly the same with me, which is annoying because I always pick water starters, but I'm gonna have to wait until their evolutions leak, and then I can see who I want to go pick. Basically,
My favorite, I think I said this on Blue Sky as well, my favorite thing about an announcement of a new Pokemon game is everyone on social media saying this starter is the best one, and it's not close about all three of the starters.
yeah.
Like, when Scarlet and Violet were revealed, there were so many people on my feed who were like, why would you ever pick anything other than Litten? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm picking the cute crocodile. Like, yeah, and it looks to have underwater areas, just straight up diving underwater, which Gen 3, my beloved.
I know it's been a while since that's been a mechanic, so that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
There was also some theories that I forget what they're called, the two Pikachu that were shown off in the footage, that they're going to be the professors. And it's going to be
That
like
would
a
be cool.
Detective Pikachu scenario where they've been accidentally or purposefully transformed into Pikachus. I don't think that's going to be it, but it would be really cool if it was.
But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I don't mind waiting an extra year because it only means the game is going to be better.
Yeah.
And it's plenty of other games to play in the meantime, right? Like, I still have to play Mega Dimension. I have discovered over this podcast that I really should buy Pokopia.
Yes.
And I bought another monster collecting game yesterday. So
Yeah, and I start games and don't finish them, so I have like a million of those. I pre-ordered Resident Evil Requiem. I'm like halfway through, but then Pokopia came out, so I got that on release day, and I'm playing that. And then I forgot that I pre-ordered the Fatal Frame 2 remake, which comes out in 2 days. Oops. My bad.
And we should probably talk about Paranormicide at some point.
Yeah, I don't. Give me a while. Yeah. The Steam Deck is like collecting dust right now. But yeah, was this reveal a total surprise for you? Because it was part of the leaks a while back. I just don't know if you read
I did
them.
hear that there was a leak that the next games were probably going to be called Winds and Waves,
Oh,
but that is
the graphics and everything were
as
in there.
that
Yeah.
like all I ever heard from those leaks was the title.
Oh, okay. I was naughty and I had a peek.
See, the problem is like a lot of these leaks, like I remember back in ye olden days when there were so many Pokemon leaks from way less reliable sources. And so they'd be like, where like the Pokemon Company would reveal just the silhouette of the new starters.
Yeah.
And all these people would be like, oh, this is definitely what the starter is going to look like. And like they didn't even pick the right type for the right silhouette, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so I take Pokemon leaks with a very big grain of salt.
Oh, yeah. I guess the context was a little weird, though, because it was in amongst, like, stuff I obviously didn't look at, but it was in amongst, like, employee chat logs and things, which people wouldn't normally fake. So it had more kind of, more, I don't say authenticity. There was more evidence that it might have been real. But I was just kind of like, honestly, I think Winds and Waves, it's really annoying when you have a lisp, is a good like combo, because I know they always do that. So I was kind of hoping that's what it was anyway, but it's still nice to have seen it properly. But yeah, there was bits and bobs already in there. Just that thought I'd mention.
I like that Winds and Waves isn't fully in line with the normal pattern.
No.
You know? Like, they are two related things, but they're not necessarily... I mean, I guess not everything was opposites. You know, diamonds and pearls aren't exactly opposites.
That's true, yeah.
And X and Y, I guess, aren't either. But, like, I like that they're slightly more esoteric concepts, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than just colors or objects.
Yeah.
And I think it goes well with the, like, Southeast Asian tropical aesthetic.
Yeah.
It is going to be interesting to see how, like, aside from just the aesthetics of being more Southeast Asian, how it differentiates itself mechanically from the similarly tropical setting Alola, which was more Hawaii inspired.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, Pacific Islands. That's going to be interesting. But we'll have to wait for a while because, again, it's coming out in 2027.
Yar.
And that was the first of 3 live streams that we're covering on today's podcast. So let's get right into the Indie World Showcase. This one was thankfully not as long. The first game that was shown in the Indie World Showcase was Dench Attack. It is a, like, extreme sports, but you're a train video game, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like Tony
you're
Hawk.
riding in a train car. Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Hawk, but train.
Yeah.
Jet Set
But
Radio
there's, like,
as well, I guess.
boss fights in a cyberpunk world. It's coming out on June 17th, and it has an exclusive skin for the Switch 2 version. This game looked very cool and very fun and very exciting. My one sort of gripe that I have, not necessarily with this game in particular, but just something I've noticed, is I like the aesthetics of, like, classic arcade games and Japanese pop culture, but I would really like to see other countries get, like, the same treatment that Japan does, because there's so much is Japanese anime inspired, and it's like there's so many other countries out there that have pop culture that you can be taking inspiration from, and it just feels kind of bad that we always keep coming back to, like, Japan and America.
Yeah. I know the pain all too well.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh yeah, I want more games inspired by Dutch popular culture, because gonna level with you, we barely have popular culture here. And that's, I think, part of the problem, right, is we import so much pop culture from other countries that there's not really a lot of room left for ours. But I don't know, there's just so much of the world out there that you can take inspiration from, and I'd like to see it happen more often.
Yeah, I wonder if it's also like, especially the Shibuya punk, which is like what the style of like Jet Set Radio and stuff is kind of called. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
also like a safer bet for development, especially in this kind of era of industry going to the gutters. You know what I mean? Because they know
Yeah.
it's popular and it's a style that people will instantly connect with. So that might have a part in it as well, maybe.
Yeah,
but also, if it's
probably.
inspired by Jet Set Radio, that's going to be a part of it too, because that's
Yeah.
very anime, and very like, well, kind of came out at the time where the Shibuya punk kind of stuff was happening. I think I have it this game wish list. I can't even speak today on Steam because the music's done by Lee Loops, the Sonic Mania composer.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and his music slaps. I've listened to the theme song a lot to this, and it's very good. So that's caught me. Although I'm really bad at these kind of style games, even though I love Jet Set
Same.
Radio and stuff. So because I tried to play, what was the spiritual successor, the Cyber Bomb Rush? I can't even remember what it's called.
Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Yeah, I own that physically. I cannot play that for the life of me. I'm terrible at it, but it's very cool, and the soundtrack is really good. I feel like
Made by a Dutch studio, fun fact.
I feel like a fraud not being able to play it properly, but it's like, it's really stylish and funky. But yeah, I probably will be checking this out. Probably in Steam though. I don't know why.
What, you don't want the exclusive character customization skin?
No. Although saying that, I totally bought do you remember when Skyrim came out on the first Switch and you got like Link's Breath of the Wild outfit? I totally bought that.
I didn't know that. I forgot that happened.
Yeah, I'm so easily like marketing works on me. Oh dear.
You can try it out ahead of time because they did release a demo for it as well. The next game was My Little Puppy.
Oh yeah. Oh.
This is a cute-looking game about adventures in doggy heaven, about a dog who is dead and is going on an adventure to try and find their owner, who has also recently passed away. It has a very cute-looking kind of watercolory art style that reminds me of a game that I'm now realizing I forgot to look up the name for.
The White Swan? Something Swan?
No. I played the demo for it on Switch, and I covered it in an episode of this podcast. But the problem is there have been a lot of those.
I was thinking of the Unfinished Swan, so that's my bad anyway.
Europa is the game I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of reminds me of that art style. When we were live blogging this in the official Game Podular Discord server, hint, hint, the other person in the channel was like, this has dead dogs in it. I can't play this. And you know what? I get it.
Yeah. Fair.
But if you do want to play it, it's coming up May 29th. The next one is Heave Ho 2. It's the sequel to Heave Ho. Who'd have thought? This just looks like a fun, like kind of goofy party game where you have to form chains of player characters and swing around levels and get to the end, and there's going to be chaos in a very fun way. I've never played the first one, although I have seen people playing it, and it does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got 8 new worlds. There's new, like, mechanics, like navigating a rocket and coordinated cooking, which is kind of like Cook Serve Delicious. Is that the one? And there's also another like really chaotic cooking game that I forget the name of.
I've played it. There's like 2 of them there, isn't there? And there's like the big onion man in it.
Yeah. Oh God, what's it called?
Uncooked? No. Oh, this is going to annoy me. What is it called? Overcooked.
Yes, Overcooked.
Yeah, okay.
But with Heave Ho mechanics, I guess. And it'll have game share, and it'll have online multiplayer, which is a series first, apparently, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. And it's coming out in summer 2026. The next one is Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. It's an isometric dungeon crawler and shop simulator with roguelike elements because it's a video game in 2026. It looks to be sort of a modern take on Recettear, which I guess the first one was as well, you know? You know, go into a dungeon, find stuff, sell it, make money, get better gear, go further in the dungeon, etc., etc. Yeah, looks pretty good, but it's a roguelike, so I'm not going to play it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's coming out in 2026. The next one is Woodo, which is a game where there's dioramas made entirely out of wood, and then you put wood block puzzle pieces, I guess, to fill in those dioramas, and in the process of revealing those dioramas, you find out the story of the characters and the adventure they went on. It looks very cute. It looks very relaxing. I will say, I know this is a me problem, but the way they started talking about this in the presentation with, wouldn't it be nice just to slow down and get back to when things were simpler, really just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And I don't blame them for this. I just blame the, like, weirdo return guys that you see on social media. They're like, remember when life was like these advertisements, even though it never was?
Yeah. Only for rich people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Privileged rich people, basically. Yeah. I don't like... I guess this ties into you're talking about nostalgia. I actually love nostalgia, but I also know that I am how you do say capitalism's bitch and I buy lots of things. But like I don't there's like that weird thing I think we've talked about it before where like marketed cozy games are kind of they have like a weird there's like a weird kind of conservative kind of thought point to a lot of them, and it kind of weirds me out because you can have like especially when a lot of the quote unquote relaxing cozy games are about dismantling capitalism, like Stardew Valley, and it's just very weird because it's not what they're like at all. Yeah, I don't know. So that sentence weirds me out too.
Glad it wasn't just me. This game will have mouse controls via the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, and it's coming out in the summer. The next game, this is one I was really into, is called Mini Shoot Adventure. There's an apostrophe after the mini shoot. That is not a typo. It is a twin stick shooter RPG, and I'd never heard of it, but it came to PC in 2024.
Oh.
It's kind of like a Zelda game, but with like an XP system. So it's like Ys, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Adventures of Elliot, if you want to use a more recent example. But it's a twin stick shooter, and that's so cool. I played the demo of it yesterday, and I just lost an hour and a half to it.
Wow.
Like, that game is so fun. And I bet it would be really good on Steam Deck as well. Yeah, highly recommend picking this up. You can buy it on Nintendo Switch 2 right now.
Ooh.
And I recommend it. It looks cool. The next game is The Midnight Walk by Moonhood Studios, which you may not know because they're a fairly new studio, but the founder previously worked at Zoink, creators of Zombie Vikings, Stick It to the Man, and Lost in Random. I'm a big Stick It to the Man fan, and also Zombie Vikings, honestly. Fun fact, I once entered a contest to name one of the weapons in Zombie Vikings, and I got a piece of concept art as a reward.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm a huge Zoink fan, and Moonhood is founded by one of the main people formerly of Zoink. It's a first-person horror shooter video game with stop-motion animation, and I have gone on record as not being a big fan of stop-motion animation, but I think in the context of a horror game, it's actually super cool.
Yeah.
So I might pick this up if I have time for it.
I always fancied it because it came out on the PS5 a while back, but it's originally a VR game.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I actually do want to get VR, but I still need to play someone else's because I have a feeling they might be very migraine inducing, and I don't want to spend all that money and then be like, oh, I can't use this.
Yeah.
So it's good that there's like a non-VR version coming out now.
And you can pick it up as early as March 26th. That's
Ooh.
later this month.
Yay.
The next game is Rotwood. It looks to be like a sort of 2D Monster Hunter kind of game. Like, it has different weapon types, and it has a combat system that rewards skill and studying attack patterns. It's got local and online multiplayer with up to 3 other people.
Ooh.
It's already out. It looks extremely sick. Like, this game looks so cool. And I might buy it at some point if I have time for it. Prepare to hear me say that a lot more, I guess. But yeah, this is one of my like top picks from this direct. Then we saw Mixtape again. We've seen Mixtape before. It has similar like Pacific Northwest urban fantasy teenage vibes as Life is Strange. With like indie rock soundtrack and like perpetual autumn and teenagers wearing beanies. I don't know. It's just something that like stood out to me.
No.
I think I saw people talking about this on Blue Sky as well. Like, I want to see one of these games set in like the Midwest. Like, I want a story like this, but everyone sounds like they're from Wisconsin.
Ah.
You know? I think that would be great.
Yeah. Where's Lost? I can't remember where Lost Records is set.
Velvet Cove, Michigan.
Michigan. Fictionalized place, but yeah. But yeah, Mixtape is another. I'm all about this kind of hipstery, I guess I'd say, would be the way to put it. I love love Life is Strange. I've played all of them. This kind of thing is my jam, I have to say.
Remember when like hipsters were like a concern?
Yeah.
Like when they were like a cultural punching bag and not just something that exists now.
To be fair, I think that's just shifted into like millennials being like the thing, because it's the same like, oh, millennials like fancy coffee and beanies and physical media. And it's just like, it's just
and
this
music that is not in the top 40.
Yeah, so it's just like the same. I think it was just millennials in their early 20s, pretty much.
Yeah.
And now we're in an aesthetic. Oh dear.
It is pretty funny to consider that like I meet at least some of the descriptors for a hipster.
Yeah.
Like, I get most of my music from Bandcamp. I bought an album where like last week where the most famous song off that album has like 3,000 views on YouTube. Like,
I don't think there was never anything inherently wrong with hipsters. It was ageist.
No,
it was just
absolutely not.
Yeah, it was just people didn't even, some of my glasses are like the hipster glasses or whatever, but it was just like it was just the fashion. It was just a style of different things. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just boomers being annoyed at us for everything. As usual.
Yeah. Like, it got to the point where there was just a TV show making fun of Portland, which was like one of the big hipster hubs. Remember Portlandia with like Fred Armisen?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I
tried watching that show, and it was on Netflix a while back. And when I say a while back, I mean like 10 years ago. And I watched like the first episode, and like the first skit in the first episode is, God, cyclists are so annoying, which is very weird to watch as a citizen of the Netherlands.
I don't like cyclists here, but we're not built for cyclists, so that might be why.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, like stuff from that era is so funny. I'm very much a fan of it in video games. Like, I really want Lost Records to get switched to port, so we have an excuse to talk about it more. But like, it's also set. It goes from the 90s to like present day. And
I saw on the Wikipedia, yeah.
Yeah, and whenever it's in the 90s, it has some like music of that era, which, you know, is my era, and it's just very, but it's like grunge and stuff. It's like good 90s music, because there was a lot of bad 90s music we don't talk about.
For sure.
It's so like, once you play it, if you play it with like a really good headset, you properly feel like it's so immersive, and you're just like, oh, it's wonderful. So I'm really excited for this. It just seems like my kind of my hipstery kind of thing. I guess I say
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I say as someone that dresses more like. I went into a charity, not to derail too much because we have a lot to talk about, but I went to a charity shop at the weekend, and the girl who's much younger than me, who served me, was like, "Oh my God, I love your style. You're like an emo rockabilly. You look amazing." And I was like, "What? This is the best day ever." And I was kind of like, "Oh, I wasn't cool enough to be an emo like when the emo stuff was happening." And she's like, "I don't believe you. I bet you were way cool because you're cool now." And I'm like, "What's happening?" Like, but this would never happen anywhere else but Glasgow. But it was very sweet, and it's just nice.
Yeah.
So a shout out to that person who will not be listening, but like, it's nice to feel seen.
Yeah. Well, thankfully you won't have to wait very long because this game's coming out on May 7th.
Ooh. Good.
Our next game is Blighted from the studio behind Guacamelee, one of the best Metroidvanias of all time. Comes an isometric Souls-like, is I think how I would describe it, or a Souls-light, rather. It's got a psychedelic Western setting, which I was 2 days ago old to discover I don't know how to spell psychedelic. The big thing about it is killing enemies increases blight to your character, which makes enemies stronger. So that's horrifying. It has local or online co-op, and it's coming out in autumn of 2026. Then we have Dead Zone Rogue, a sci-fi roguelike shooter. I know I said it's a roguelike, so I don't play it, but I might actually play this game. It looks extremely cool. And not just because they described the enemies as biomechanical creatures, which is also what Bionicle are.
Of course.
You can play it solo, you can play co-op. It has mouse controls on Switch 2, and it's coming out March 17th, which is next week. And I was thinking when I was watching this, like, you don't see a lot of first-person shooter roguelikes, right?
No.
The only other one I can think of is, like, Tower of Guns.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever played, like, an FPS roguelike before, actually.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I hope this one's good, because it definitely looked good. Hey gang, editing Hilke here. I just wanted to pop in and say I will not be purchasing Dead Zone Rogue. I discovered when I was scrolling through its Steam page that it used to use AI art assets and possibly still does, and also possibly uses it for its voice acting, which I'm not okay with, so I will not be purchasing this game. All right, back to the episode. Bye. Then we had, of course, the sizzle reel. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. Grave Seasons, a spooky farming sim, not to be confused with the better-looking spooky life sim Neverway that we covered last year.
Oh, yeah.
Summer 2026. Unrailed 2, back on track. I didn't know there was a first one. May 2026. Tome? T-O-E-M in all caps. 2. I also didn't know there was a first one of these, but it does look fun. Summer 2026. In Konbini, One Store, Many Stories. April 30th, 2026. Worth noting about this game, an employee, as far as I could find, an employee took to the company's official Twitter account, to the game's official Twitter account, I would say, and described large amounts of mismanagement and harassment coming from the head of the studio that made this game, Dima Shen. You can do with that info what you will. The employee was quick to point out, like, they harbor no ill will towards the rest of the team, and you don't necessarily need to not buy this game, but just They felt it was important to know the story behind its development. Next, we have Outbound, a road trip crafting game, April 2023, and Rataton, a rhythm action roguelike, which we have covered on a previous announcement live stream. It went into Steam Early Access last year, but the full release is July 16th. And then the final game of the presentation was Blue Prince, which was one of the big games from last year. You can play it right now. It was a lot of people's, like, one of their favorite games of last year. It was a roguelike, so I didn't like it.
My mother-in-law has over 300 hours in it.
Christ.
And all the Steam achievements. But then she realized she'd been playing on her husband's Steam account. So she wants to replay it and do the same thing again on her own account.
Yeah, people really love this game.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, they do.
And on Switch 2, it's going to have mouse controls with the Joy-Cons, which is good. You're going to need them from what little of the game I did play before refunding it. That was Livestream 2. On to Livestream 3. It's the Mario Day Super Mario Galaxy Movie Direct, which was not broadcast on Mario Day for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Mario Day.
Yes.
It was on the 9th. This one's pretty short. I did really like the new trailer. It was visually just gorgeous. It showed the most plot stuff that we've seen so far. Like previously, it's just been like flashes and images and little bits of dialogue. But now things are happening. We know the premise. We also know some new characters. Wart, like the Frog King from Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah.
Being voiced by Luis Guzman. Honey Queen from Galaxy 1 or 2.
1.
Voiced by Issa Rae. And Yoshi, who we already knew was coming from the last trailer, but now we know who's voicing Yoshi. It's Donald Glover.
Which is so random.
But like,
Good.
if he goes into sort of a similar register as he did playing Troy on Community, I could actually really see it.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I always forget, like, I'm so used to him being childish Gambino that I forget about Community for like a split second. But of course, yeah.
Yeah. And even in, like, I haven't listened to a lot of Childish Gambino's music, but even in some of them, like, he can go into that sort of squeakier voice that I think fits really well for Yoshi.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
Have you seen the toys for the new movie?
I've seen a couple, I think.
Oh.
I've seen the Yoshi popcorn bucket as well.
Have you seen the Yoshi Hatchimal thing?
That one I haven't seen.
Oh, so you get, like Hatchimals. It's like, they're kind of like Furbies, but they hatch themselves out of eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Yoshi one. It's made by,
Oh, yeah, I did see this one. Yeah, now you mention it.
It's made by a different company, but oh my god, I want it so bad. And there's there's loads of stuff, but there's little Luma yo-yos that glow in the dark.
Oh.
And I really need them for reasons.
But yeah, this this movie looks very good. Or at least it looks very exciting. And I will try to A, watch this in theaters, and B, watch the first one before I do.
Oh, yeah. You got a while because it's April 1st.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you heard before we recorded how busy I am in the next 8 weeks.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I'll do my darndest. Maybe if we can watch it and then we talk about it on the podcast, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
All right. A mere hour and 25 minutes into the episode, and we're done with the news.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a long edit. But first, we're going to talk about what we've been playing, which right now is nothing that we have written down, at least. We have been playing video games, obviously, but similar to last episode where Rosalie wrote a quiz for the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, I have done the same for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon.
Ooh.
And we're going to run through it right now.
Dun dun dun.
Question 1. Game Freak loves making starters dual-typed with fighting. Including regional forms, how many final evolutions of starter Pokemon are fighting type?
Oh my god. And
You don't need to name them, I just need a number.
3.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm really bad with types. So, but yeah, I'll that's my guess.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I did write this in a way that I think it gets hard, like it starts with easier and then gets harder. And so the fact that, the correct answer is 6.
Oh. Well, because I'm an OG when there was just like I remember more of the original generation.
Yeah,
so
true.
if it's more modern-y things, I'm like,
The full list for those who are curious: Blaziken, Infernape, Emboar, Chestnut, Hisuian Decidueye, and Quaquaval.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. This is where there was a joke for a while that like Blaziken, Infernape, and Emboar were all right in a row, like Gens 3, 4, and 5. And so it was a big relief in Gen 6 when it's like, oh my god, Fire Psychic, finally. I forgot to mention at the top of the quiz, A, it's designed to go from easier to harder, and B, like Rosalie, because it is not only the 30th anniversary of Pokemon as a game series, but also just Pokemon in general, I have picked things from all over the franchise. Although the stuff that's not about the video games, I have kept fairly surface level.
Okay.
I like to think.
I'm still gonna do bad, but okay.
Which brings us to number 2. In the Pokemon trading card game, how many prize cards do you need to take to win a game?
I think it's 3. Why am I guessing 3 again? I'm worried.
I don't know.
I'm worried. 'Cause I collect it. I don't play it, so I'm like trying to think of the Game Boy Color game, and that was just 3. But then it might be 6 in the actual thing. I'm gonna say 3.
Just like question 1, you said 3 and the answer is 6.
Oh god, damn it! Yeah, I think.
I believe you also need to take 6 in the Game Boy Color game.
Oh, I thought it was 3. Because the matches aren't that long. Or maybe it is 6. Oh well.
Yeah. There are other ways to win a game of the Pokemon trading card game, like if your opponent doesn't have any benched Pokemon left.
Oh, maybe that's
like
what it
if their
was.
field is completely empty. If they have no, like if you knock out a Pokemon and there's nothing left they can replace it with, you automatically win.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured that was a little too detailed. Which brings us to number 3. What is the protagonist of the first Pokemon Snap named?
Todd. It's called Todd Snap.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's Todd Snap.
Yeah. He's a
Reminder, we are streaming that game this weekend.
yeah. I discovered he's recently in a full art, like a recent Pokemon card, and I'm like, oh no, I want this card now. Like
a lot of those full arts are like really expensive, I've heard.
It depends what set you're looking at.
Yeah, and what character it is.
Yeah, this one was only like £4.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's different. I won't. It'll take a while, but yeah, it depends on the set and what if you're got the Chinese one or the Japanese one or the English one or because I have some Japanese cards now. But yeah.
That brings us to question number 4. In the Pokemon anime, Ash borrows Misty's bike to go to a Pokemon Center to heal Pikachu after an encounter with a flock of wild Spearow. It gets destroyed in the process, and he promises he'll give it back to her someday. Did she ever get her bike back?
No.
Incorrect.
What? It's like a running. Oh, did he give it back?
She got it back in episode 273, which was the second to last episode of the original series before the follow-up series in Hoenn.
Oh, because the reboot episode they did with Pokemon and Brock a few years ago, she literally says that she didn't get her bike back in that episode, and that was a reboot. That was like the return of Misty and Brock, unless they retconned it.
Maybe they retconned it. I did find
That's weird.
I checked Bulbapedia and everything.
Yeah,
because that was the episode where Misty left the group before Ash went to a new region.
yeah. Oh, maybe the writers just put the joke in and then forgot. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Dope.
Or they retconned it, like you said.
Yeah.
Number 5. 2012 saw the release of a DS game that crossed over the Pokemon and Nobunaga's Ambition series. What was it called?
Pokemon Conquest.
Correct.
And it's really good, but I had to play it in a special way because it's really hard to get a copy of it.
So I've heard.
Yeah. That would be, it's a DS game. I was like, that would be really cool to get I would pay 20 quid for that again.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do it.
I mean, it's not like we've talked about it before. It's not impossible,
No.
right? Like Konami have done it with the Castlevania Dominus collection.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like the Etrian Odyssey port that's on Switch now, and that was originally a DS game. Like, they can do it.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix Wright, like DS and 3DS games are on Switch now as well.
That's true.
Number 6. What was the stat introduced in Pokemon X and Y that allowed Eevee to evolve into Sylveon called?
Oh, no.
It has not made a return to the series after X and Y.
Did I have a Sylveon? Do you have to get a Sylveon? I must have had a Sylveon.
It's the fairy type Eevee.
Yeah. I totally can't remember. It's not like love points or something. I do not know. I can't remember.
I mean, it is close to love points.
Oh, is
it's
it?
called affection.
Oh, yeah. That's
Which
weird. That must maybe it
distinct from friendship, which is a thing that's in every Pokemon game.
Yeah. I should have known that because they use it in something else that I can't off the top of my head. But yeah, that's annoying. Maybe it was in my subconscious, which is why I said love points. I don't know.
Like it was something you had to do with the gimmick of the game Pokemon Ami, and it was like a very pink and frilly like UI for it.
Yeah.
And affection was literally measured in little hearts. Like you were probably just remembering the visuals.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Dope.
That brings us to number 7. From one of the older games, Generation 2 of the games introduced a series of specialized Pokeballs, like the Heavy Ball or the Friend Ball.
Yep.
You needed to find a special kind of fruit and take it to Kurt in Azalea Town, who would turn them into the Pokeball. What were these fruits called?
The berries, there's different berry types. Which one was the Pokeball one? There's one that was like, is it Chepa? Cheese CH something. It's not Chepa. Oh, it's there's like the light. Why can't I remember any of the berry names? There's one that starts with LY. Like.
Yeah. These are not berries
I thought it
per
was.
se.
Oh, then I don't remember.
These are closer to seeds.
Oh, yeah, then I don't remember.
They were called apricorns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't going to remember that.
They're nuts, not seeds.
Yeah, it's because one of the... Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you were thinking of the Pecha berry, which is the one that looks like a peach that I think heals poison, if memory serves. So we'll go to number 8. In addition to legendary Pokemon, each generation also brings new critters called mythical Pokemon. They share a lot of the same traits as legendaries, but are typically obtained through special or unusual ways like events or DLC. How many of them are there in total?
Oh, jeez. So like Jirachi and Celebi and that kind of...
That kind of thing.
Oh my... And all the weird... the ones that look like gods are in the clouds, the weird guys, and the weird rock guys as well. Oh my...
Some of those are not mythical that you mentioned. Like, if you can normally find them in the game without doing anything special, they wouldn't be a mythical Pokemon.
I actually hadn't heard that term before, so that's alarming. And I've even been to one of these events. 12? I'm literally guessing.
It's 23.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. For those interested in the full list, I'm going to go through it real fast. Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys, Manaphy, Fione, Darkrai, Shaman, Arceus, Victini, Keldeo, Meloetta, Genesect, Diancie, Hoopa, Volcanion, Magearna, Marshadow, Zeraora, Meltan, Melmetal, Zarude, and Pecharunt.
I didn't even know some of those Pokemon, so I wasn't going to guess. I'm such a fake fan.
Number 9. Pokemon Sun and Moon introduced a group of extra-dimensional Pokemon key to its plot. What was this group called?
I don't know, because I didn't like Sun and Moon, and I stopped playing it a few hours into it. So, yeah,
They were Ultra Beasts.
Yeah, I forget why I didn't like. I think I was just done at that point.
There's an interesting story that came out coincidentally the day I was writing most of this quiz about how the Ultra Beasts were sort of designed and how a lot of them are based on designs that were previously rejected by like the Pokemon Company.
Oh.
And also they wanted them, in order to make them feel more weird and alien and unusual, they had physical traits that would not be generally associated with what each Pokemon is supposed to like represent. So you had like, my favorite one is Buzzwole, which is like a sort of wasp kind of Pokemon, but it's also just super jacked. And you never think of big muscles when you think of insects, you know?
Yeah, I remember seeing an image of that in like a fan art kind of context.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and also it's called Buzzwole, and that's hilarious.
Yeah. Like, I didn't... Sun and Moon is like one of the eras I didn't play, like Black and White, which I wish they would remake, because apparently it's good.
Yeah, and they are next in line.
Yeah.
Although I hope they'll end up being better than the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Yes.
Which I never played and never will.
I know, it's annoying because I love Diamond and Pearl. Sad.
Yeah. My go-to joke answer, I think I've already talked about this on this podcast previously, of what do you want to see out of the next Nintendo Direct or Pokemon Presents or whatever, is Diamond and Pearl remakes again, but they're good this time.
Yes. I want to make poffins with all my friends again.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right, let's go back in time a little bit for question 10. What were the legendary Pokemon featured in the movie Pokemon the Movie 2000, The Power of One?
It was Lugia. And
I would like all of them.
All of them? God, what's the plot? I saw it in the cinema. What's the plot? Because the third movie is the NT one.
That's correct.
Oh.
In case you were wondering, I picked this movie because it is one of the only Pokemon movies that doesn't have a name of a legendary Pokemon in the title.
Oh, yeah. Well, Pokemon Forever doesn't. Unless it has a tagline that I don't remember.
It's not the only one, but it is one of the only ones.
Oh, yeah, because later on there's like the Jirachi movie, which I think I stopped after like the 7th movie. So, Oh god, I remember Lugia and I remember Slowking, but Slowking is not a legendary. It was just at the time it was like, oh, that's cool. It's Gen 2, but it's not the dogs because the dogs were in the third movie. Is it just Lugia, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno?
It is.
Okay.
You're correct.
Phew. I used to love that movie, so I was worried.
I wouldn't have picked one that had like 7 legendaries in it.
No. I was actually talking about the movies the other day because I like genuinely love the fourth one. Like I cry if I watch that movie. And the last one I watched...
That one's Pokemon Forever, the Celebi one?
Yeah, it's so good. And then the last one I watched, I think is the 7th one. What's the character that gave you the egg? The Lucario egg, the pre-evolved form of Lucario, what's it called?
Riolu.
Yeah. There's like the character with the hat that gives you the egg. Forget his name. It's a movie.
Oh, yeah. You're thinking of Lucario and the Mystery of Mew?
Yes. That was really surprisingly really good.
Fun fact, I have the manga adaptation of that movie.
Oh, I didn't know there was one. That's intriguing.
Don't ask me why, but I do.
I read the original Pokemon manga, which is very weird.
Pokemon Adventures is a bizarre manga and also still going, by the way.
Oh, yeah. The depiction of Misty, there's a lot of things they had to edit when it got localized over here, I'll say that much.
Yeah, you got to see a lot more of her, shall we say.
Which is annoying because she's 10 years old. But yeah, I do like the art style of those. But that's good because I like the first few movies. Although, did you know they remade the first one in CGI and it's absolutely terrible?
Yes.
Yeah, it's awful. It annoys me. Yeah.
I didn't watch that one, but I have seen all 3 of the reboot timeline movies.
Oh, the I Choose You, the one where he talks.
Yeah.
Pikachu talks.
Yeah, there's I Choose You, and then there's the Zarude one, Mysteries of the Jungle, and the second one that I forget the name of it. It's got the Power of Friendship or something. It's got a very generic name.
Yeah.
But genuinely, all of 3 of those are pretty good.
Oh.
Especially the first one. I will die on the hill that Pikachu talking in the first one is not weird. It's cool and I like it.
Oh no, I think it's weird. I get what they were going for though. And when I did see it, it did make me a bit emotional in terms of the nostalgia of, because you did wonder why as a kid, other than they wanted to show Pikachu off so they could sell more toys. But yeah. I think I'm also just because they changed, because it's not Veronica Taylor doing Ash anymore. Whenever I hear dubs, I'm like, it's not the good Ash. It's the Ash that likes NFTs. No.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Whereas Veronica Taylor is like a big lefty and she's amazing. Anyway.
Let's go to question 11. More about legendary Pokemon. They are often put together in thematic groups, like the legendary birds in Gen 1 or the treasures of ruin in Gen 9. What is the group from Generation 5, consisting of Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, and Keldeo, called?
Gen 5 black and white. No, Gen 5 is...
Gen 5 is black and white.
Right. I don't know because I didn't play black and white.
Okay. They are the Swords of Justice. It is the coolest group name by far.
That is very cool. Better than just legendary dogs.
Yeah. They are also inspired by the Three Musketeers. Fun fact.
That makes sense.
That is sort of an alternate, less used name, is just the Musketeers. But come on. I got to talk about the Swords of Justice.
See, all I remember from Black and White is the character N, because everybody lusted over him, and there's lots of fan art, and there's anime figures and things. So,
I played Pokemon White. My hot take about Pokemon Black and White is I don't see why those are the ones that people love so much.
Oh, really?
Because, I know why people say it, and I just don't agree. the big thing is like, oh, the story's finally good and interesting because it brings up real questions about like the ethics of Pokemon. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I guess it brings up those questions, but doesn't actually do anything with them. You know, it brings up the same questions in the same way that BioShock Infinite talks about racism. Like, in that it says it exists and it is bad. End of discussion. Like,
Yeah. That's weird.
that's my hot Pokemon take of the episode, I suppose.
Yeah, because I feel like I know quite a lot of people that stopped playing at that point because I think that was like when people had like uni and then job. You know what I mean? It was kind of like where Pokemon kind of wasn't their main thing for a while. And also that's when some of the designs were a bit like a bit questionable. But then I've heard so many people go, "Oh, I can't believe you dropped off. That's like the best one." And I'm like,
I mean, I dropped off, like, I barely played Black 2, but at that point, it was just I didn't like the visual style of 2D sprites in 3D environments at all. Like, I think it made both of them look worse, like both the sprites and the 3D environments. And so when Pokemon X and Y came out and they were fully 3D on the 3DS, I was so in.
yeah.
Like, Pokemon X is one of my favorite Pokemon games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I have so much fondness for Kalos as well, and why I adore Legends ZA so much, is because we're back in Kalos. And Lumio City. Oh, I love Lumio City so much.
Be good if they remade Black and White then, because I would get them. I would get, well, it'd probably be cheaper to get it because, you know, how Pokemon games are.
Yeah, those are among the most expensive ones, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is very much a either you know it or you don't question, but as soon as I thought of it, I couldn't not write it down. What is the first Pokemon mentioned in the Poké Rap?
Oh, no. No, you can't do this to me. Okay. I'm trying to think of the tune at the start because it will help. What's the tune at the start? This is literally one of my most played albums that the song is on of all time. Like, and I have 3 copies of it. One is sealed. I have the official music, like piano book for it. I can remember every song from the album in my head right now, apart from that.
Pokemon Master is your destiny. Huh? And then they start listing Pokemon.
It's not Dratini. That's later. Why is that in my head? No, I can't remember. I was literally watching a video of someone singing this the other day because they've got a binder of their cards where they've arranged them in Poké-Rap order. And I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember. It's not Dratini. Yeah, what is
It's not.
No, because that's later. What is it? It's going to annoy me.
It's Electrode.
Oh. Do you know what?
Not what I would have guessed either.
No, because that's quite a later one in the kind of the Gen 1 order, so that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can hear it now. That's so annoying. I'm going to learn it off by heart now. Just in case this comes up again.
But you can see why I thought of it, right?
No,
it's like, oh.
That's
It's such a cool idea for a question. I'm very proud of it.
If you'd asked me to like recite the entire, like all the lyrics to the Team Rocket song Double Trouble, I could have done that. But
Noted.
Yeah. Oh, I have failed myself. That's upsetting.
Number 13. What was the first game in the main series to feature a female Pokemon professor?
Oh, Professor. It's not Gen 1 and Gen 2, because that's Oak and Elm is 2. Who is 3?
That's correct.
Yeah. I instinctively want to say it was Scarlet and Violet, but then that would be really upsetting because that was recently. But I don't know who the because I didn't play Black and White, so I don't know who the professor is on that one. I'm gonna say Scarlet and Violet because you get the different professors from one of them's the woman, but I don't think that's the right answer.
It's not. It is actually Black and White.
Oh, when in doubt, I should have just said Black and White for everything.
It's Professor Juniper, who studies the origins of Pokemon. Because they all have a specialization.
Yeah, I do recognize the name, probably from the anime or something. Dope.
Yeah. Gen 3 was Professor Birch.
Yes, that's
4, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
We're going to number 14 of 15, so you got 2 left. Disregarding things like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax Pokemon and whatever other juiced up versions you can think of, what is the largest Pokemon by height in the series?
Oh, I don't know by height, but I know that it used to be Wailmer.
Or Wailord?
Wailord, sorry, yeah. But that would be length, not height. Is that Arceus? I think it's Arceus. Arceus is really big, and it's a god. But then I remember from Diamond and Pearl, they're meant to be massive. Thingy and Palkia.
Dialga and Palkia.
Yeah, they're meant to be massive. And it was like a running joke. I'm going to guess Arceus. Because I remember Arceus being massive and as a god, and it does stand on its feet. So it's, yeah, I'm going to say Arceus.
It is wrong. The correct answer is Eternatus from Sword and Shield.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Wailord is number 2.
Oh, damn it.
for the record. To be honest, I could have disregarded the removing Mega Evolutions and stuff, because if you do include that, the answer is also still Eternatus.
Oh.
But I didn't want to throw you off by having to think of too many of those other things. Yeah, the listed height of Eternatus is 65 feet and 7 inches.
Oh my.
Or 20 meters in real units.
Oof.
And so we come to the last question. Based on the most recent game at time of writing, i.e. Pokopia hadn't come out yet.
No.
In Pokemon Legends ZA, which stat do every alpha Pokemon have the maximum number of effort values of 252 in?
I don't know what that means.
I assumed so. Effort values are basically bonus stat points. If you defeat Pokemon in battle, some of them will be like, hey, if you beat me, I will give you an extra effort value in, let's say, attack. And then when you level up, your attack stat will have increased by the number of those effort values you get. And so this is something that really only matters to competitive play, honestly.
Oh, is this the secret thing that people had to work out? The secret?
Kinda, yeah. It's become a lot more accessible since, I'm gonna guess, the 3DS games?
I have no idea.
It's one of the 6 base stats. So attack, special attack, defense, special defense, speed, and HP.
I don't know.
Just guess one.
Attack? No, that'd be too easy. Well, no, because you would want defense. I'm just going to say attack because I genuinely don't know.
It's HP.
Oh.
All of them, all alpha Pokemon have a lot of hit points in that game.
Oh.
That was the quiz.
I did very bad.
Not gonna lie, you did not do well.
No. I'm not good at technical questions.
Your final score is 3 out of 15.
Yeah.
But hey, just like with the Zelda quiz, we learned a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I remember it is another question.
Genuinely, if you told me we're taking the Zelda quiz, the exact same Zelda quiz again right now, I would maybe get 1 more point than I had the last time we did it.
Yeah. I'm just really bad with unless it's Gen 1 and 2, I don't remember names to a lot of things, and I don't play things. I don't play Pokemon games strategically because they're not designed that way for me. You know what I mean? It's just like level up this one Pokemon and press A all the time and you will get to the end. So my brain doesn't like. It's like when people try and tell me that like gacha games have like strategy in them, and I'm like, no, they don't. You can just max everything out and you're OP, and that's you know what I mean. So my brain doesn't focus on the. Or I'm just a bit stupid. I'm not really sure. But if it was more like if it was more like, you know, questions about like anime, I don't know. I got the anime question wrong, so I can't even say that.
You did, yes.
But I swear they make a joke in the reboot one about the bike. So, and I'm going to double check that if I'm not making it up, because I watched that episode. Oh, sad. Fake Pokemon fan confirmed.
We do these quizzes because they're fun.
Yeah.
And they give us an opportunity to like research stuff as well.
Yeah.
But let's not forget that knowledge of most of this stuff is useless.
Yeah. I always just sometimes like, I have some friends, well, I guess you count as this, where you can recite so much about like Monster Hunter and like really detailed information about characters and how like their stats and their behaviors and when they appear in this. And I swear I don't have a bad memory, but I'm really bad at reciting that kind of information. But then sometimes I will talk about a thing like anime or figure collecting or like a headset brand at work, and then people in a meeting are like, "That I have no idea what you're talking about, but you sound really knowledgeable about the thing." So it's like, I can't be stupid. My brain just might retain information in a different way. I don't know. Like if it was like we're going to talk about the Titanic, then I would sound clever.
I was going to say, like, I think, you know, a part of it is just like us neurodivergent people do have our things that we go super deep on. But to a certain extent, I think just everybody has like one or two things where they just know more than most people will ever learn about them in their life.
Yeah.
You know, I had a conversation like this with my brother like months ago where we were having basically this exact discussion of, he was telling me like, oh, you know so many just magic cards off the top of your head. And I was like, yeah, dude, but like, be real with me. If I told you the name of an Iron Maiden song, you would 100% be able to tell me what album it was from. And it would not be hard for you. And then we tested it out, and I was right.
Oh, yeah, I could probably do that with the Beatles, because that was like my first big hyperfixation when I was like 5. And you know, like there's TikTok videos that are like, I'm going to play the first 3 seconds of a Beatles song. You have to tell me what it is. And my partner Andrew made me do it, and I got them all, and I was like, oh, that's scary.
I wouldn't call that scary. I would call that extremely impressive, to be honest.
I think I've just listened to too much Beatles. But yeah. I just sometimes it's frustrating when it's like the Sonic quiz, where like I feel like I am knowledgeable about it, but I must just not in the way that I think. Maybe I don't know.
And let's also not discount the fact that like when you're put on the spot in a structured environment like a quiz,
true.
It can be very hard to go through like, time to filter through my entire pool of knowledge about this thing to find the right piece of information from it, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you know the Twitch streamer challenge that was going around a couple months ago of like, hey, male Twitch streamers, name 100 women. Like,
it'd be cool if we did like a quiz where we both did it on things that we're learning about, but it's the other person's like thing. Like if I try to think of really good like Monster Hunter questions.
I have secretly been hoping someone would write a quiz about like my music library for ages, but I don't know how to do that without giving them my entire music library.
That would be so interesting.
And that's a couple 100 gigabytes at this point. Not a joke. But yeah, like when I watched like I'm bringing up Northern Lion because I've been watching a lot of his videos recently. He did the like name 100 women challenge as a Twitch stream, and it took him like 8 minutes. And the thing he says is like, you don't just sit there and go like, I am trying to think of women. You start in a category. You don't say think of women, you say think of actresses.
Yeah.
And then you go like, okay, well, I'm going to start with, let's say, Judi Dench. And she was in James Bond movies with Lucy Liu, who was in Charlie's Angels with Cameron Diaz and
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Thank you. It's cards on the table, folks. It's 10 p.m. here.
To be fair, those movies are terrible. They play Final Fantasy VIII with 2 controllers. What's going on? That's just sloppy research. That is.
Yeah. I have many thoughts about that, but again, it's 10 p.m.
Yes.
So it's time to go to the part of the show where we talk about what we're going to be playing.
Thought you were about to say it's time to go to bed, but you were kind of saying that.
Yeah. And I am going to be, of course, playing a monster collecting spin-off of a very popular monster-based video game. It's Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Yay.
It's coming out in 3 days. I have pre-ordered it. It should be preloaded on my Switch 2 already.
Ooh.
I'm very excited, and I'm going to be playing it for a long time. So don't be surprised if you hear me say I'm going to be playing that many times, because I think it's supposed to be very long. How about you?
Well, first off, I swear that I will finish Paranormal Sight at some point. I'm like 7.5 hours in, so there's not. How long did it take for you to finish it? Like 10?
I think about 12.
Okay.
But I will say a lot of that was just me doing the diving a lot. And also getting stuck at a certain point and just like retrying a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
Because I don't want to like get into this too much until we do our actual review of it. But there was one puzzle in the game that I did have to use a guide for because I have no idea how I would have figured it out otherwise. And a good like hour and a half of my playtime was just going through everything to see what I had missed.
Oh. Now I'm scared.
To figure that puzzle out. If you get to that point, let me know and I will tell you.
Okay.
Because it is kind of too smart for its own good, in my opinion. That specific puzzle and only that one.
I will. And then I'm also playing Pokemon. I can't say it because alliteration. Pokemon Pokopia. It's very good. I love it a lot. And yeah, I have a feeling that it's going to be like Animal Crossing and just become an obsession for a while. And yeah. But it's cool because my copy came with a little Ditto plushie and it was really cute. And and as a reminder before we go, check your Pokemon Platinum points because I also got to trade them in for like an official notepad for it, and it's really cute.
Oh, exciting!
Yeah. But yeah, I will. That is. I really need to finish Resident Evil 9 before I like forget what the plot is and it gets spoiled for me, which is not. Well, actually, that is on the Switch too. But Pokopia is like it's just it's so good.
Glad to hear it, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about it once we talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's going to do it for this very long podcast. Oh boy, this is going to be a hell of an editing job. Hopefully the next episode will have fewer announcement live streams because 3 in 1 episode is a lot to do. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. I know there was a lot of information, but I hope we managed to make it entertaining and digestible.
Yeah.
Stick around for the ending segment where we tell you all of our social medias. But until then, we will talk to you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, Hilke here. I just wanted to say thank you for listening to this very long episode of N Focus. It was a lot of work to edit, it was a lot of work to research, but we got through it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave us a review on iTunes. It really helps us get noticed. Also, probably more important at this point, just please tell your friends if they think they'd be interested. Word of mouth really helps. You can also listen and subscribe on Spotify, other podcast services, and YouTube. And if you are listening on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what game from the Indie World Showcase you're most excited for. Also, be sure to check out our sister show, Game Podular Unfocused. You can follow us on Blue Sky and at GamePodular.com for updates, news, and other content. Links to all of our socials, including the Blue Sky, the Mastodon, and the Discord, may be found at our link tree. If you'd like to support our shows, you can buy us a coffee or become a patron on the Game Podular Patreon. The details for both are on our website. Thanks. This episode was edited by me, Hilke. You can follow me at gear12turbo.bluesky.social on Blue Sky. I was joined today by Rosalie, who you can find at littlerecordgirl.bluesky.social on Blue Sky. Have a good one. Boy, you really do say Blue Sky a lot in this outro, huh?